Hey everyone, this is Nolan. I went to locals yesterday. So I'm gonna have to put like a little note at the top here that I technically went undefeated, and I'll explain. So this is the deck that I brought. Um, in a previous video when I was at the LAYCS, I told everyone that I bought this deck. Um, so I played it at locals, and it performed really well. It technically went undefeated. My record at the end was X1, but I'll explain. So for 4 matches, I played Kashtira and I won every match. There was one match with our head judge that I played where we both agreed that we weren't going to play modern, we were going to play Edisom format. He played like Hero Frog Fusion deck, Monarchs. It was like some crazy, it was like Heroes, Frogs, Monarchs, had Malicious Edge, Junk Synchron, like a bunch of crazy stuff. I played X Sabers. He won game one. I won game two. He won game three. Um, to be fair, I misplayed, but he also had Dark Dust Spirit. And at the end of the day, I don't think it mattered because he showed me his hand. He had Vanity's Fiend, so I don't know if it would have mattered that much. But yeah, so I lost that match, but every match that I played Cash Tier with, I went undefeated. So I'm still going to claim this as this deck specifically was undefeated. Although I was not undefeated at locals, this deck was undefeated at the locals. So I'm going to make that distinction clear. So I wanted to go over my deck profile. It's nothing crazy. It's just, what I brought. Just wanted to show you guys what I played. So for the hand traps, first we got the 3 Ash Blossom. We still have branded players running around. We have, Runic cards still, Amok, Plunder cards still running around. So the Ash Blossom and the 3 Imperm, which basically do the same thing, Imperm the Lubellion, or you Imperm a Luber. For Plunder, you Imperm like Blackbeard, stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, it hits everything too. And for the mirror match, the Imperm is also really good. If you just open it, you can negate the Arise Heart, so that way it doesn't get its mandatory effect to attach. Obviously, if you're stuck under what's it called, Shangri-Ira, then there's not much that Imperm's gonna do, but it's still a good card nonetheless. It's just a generic hand trap, right? It hits everything. Same thing with Book of Moon. It's a 20-year-old card, but it hits everything. It's an OT. Basically an FTK for their mirror match. It protects yourself. It's just a fantastic card. So technically, I'm running 9 hand traps. Then the go second board breaker that I'm running is Lava Golem. We're only running 2, 3 is too bricky, but 2 was really nice. It actually came up a few times yesterday when I went to locals. Came up, it helped. Good card. Wouldn't take it out. I think I'm gonna leave it at 2. There's an argument to be had whether or not you run Lava Golem or evenly matched. Lava Golem stops your normal summon, which if you only open Rise Heart, plus like Theosis, Lava Golem, and like 2 random cards, then you won't be able to play because you need to normal summon the Rise Heart in order to actually use like Theosis. Um, so there's an argument to be had whether or not you do Lava Golem or evenly match, but I like Lava Golem better. I think it's just better overall. Because you don't really need to clear an entire board with Kashtira. If you're going second, in the game 2 and 3, like that's where in the side deck here you can see that's empty. I did that on purpose, but you could put an evenly match inside an evenlies for the Lava Golem and maybe like a Book of Moon or something. Um, Otherwise, the side deck is apparent to your locals. So for my locals, that's why I didn't include it because I side decked for the locals. So yeah, the 3 Ash, the 3 Imperm, 3 Book of Moon, the 2 Lava Golem. Then for the actual Kashtira stuff, 3 Fenrir, we play 3 Unicorn. Of course, we play the 3 Rise Heart, the 1 Ogre, 1 Tearlaments Kashtira, and 1 Scareclaw Kashtira. Standard ratios, some people are cutting Ogre altogether and just leaving the Big Bang for the Rise Heart play. I like Ogre because it gives you the full 5 zone lock if you open up like heavy combo enough. Or if you open this and nothing else, you can at least search the Big Bang, set the Big Bang, and if you can overlay into Shangri-La, Era on on your opponent's turn the second they have more than 2 monsters, or if they like comboing off like Synchrons, for example, Junk Speeder, summon 5, then you activate this, banish everything, basically everything. So I really like just keeping the ogre, the big bang in the deck. I'm not going to take him out ever. I think it's really optimal just to have the 1/1. Otherwise, we're of course playing the 3 birth. This card's really good. You normal summon a level 7 without attributing during the main phase, special summon one that's in your graveyard or in your banished, and then if they activate a spell, you banish 3 cards in your opponent's grave face down, which came up 3 times. They were activating spells under birth while I had a ton of Kashtira monsters, and I just kept banishing their resources from the graveyard. So if it was like Labyrinth, banish their traps. When I played against Notoria, just banished all their Notoria cards, like Sacred Tree, for example. Just a lot of really, really good stuff. There's a lot of good stuff to banish in Plunders, in Branded, in Notoria, in Runic, even in the mirror match. It's not terrible if if you recognize that they don't have um, like Theosis or Big Bang banished, then you can just banish whatever without the fear of these activating. It's not like great in the mirror match, but it can set off your own Rise Heart too. And I think it's in either player, and like since it's in your opponent's graveyard, you can give them resources in the mirror match. But there are cards that you can hit that can like fuck them up. Like if you're able to chain this to an effect that would summon a monster from the graveyard, like I don't know, like Birth. Oh no, that doesn't target. I don't know. I guess there's not really many good targets in the mirror match for Birth to banish. Now I'm thinking about it. I guess you could banish Theosis if they don't have anything else banished, just so it's out of the graveyard. So that way Scareclaw and Tear Cash can't activate if they have it in hand. The same with Big Bang. So I guess that's like a good card to hit in some cases, Theosis. But yeah, I mean, 3 birth, double Theosis. People are running 3. I'll probably up this to 3. However, I'll make it clear that I did not need 3 at all the entire day because you're running 5 copies of it, right? From the 3 Unicorn, the 2 Theosis, and I'll count Raceoth as 3 additional copies because Wraithsmith gets into Unicorn, gets into Theosis. So all in all, you're running 3, 6, 7, 8 copies of Theosis plus Prosperity, which has a high possibility of drawing into it Unicorn or Wraithsoth. So honestly, it's like another 3 copies. So you're basically running 11 copies of Theosis. I don't think a third one is necessary, but I get why people run it. I just don't know what I would cut for it. Maybe like a Book of Moon or an Imperm or Prosperity for the third Theosis. Probably Prosperity because I kept drawing into this, like 2 ofs. But yeah, 2 of those, and then yeah, the 3 rates off this. The attack defense modification actually came up a few times when they tried to crash into it, and they would go through. They would go your monsters throw battle. It's not. It's gaining 500 attack defense. You take 200 points of damage. It did come up a few times. The pop effect did not come up, and that's only because I forgot to even activate it. So my bad, but it was only one time that it even happened, so I'm not even worried about it. It still won. So yeah, the 3 Raceoff, 3 Birth, 2 Theosis. Otherwise, we are running the 4th copy of the Raceoff in Terraforming. Running the Double Desires. It's just a good card in this deck. It's a Pot of Greed. You can reattach materials to Rise Heart. Pot of Prosperity. Same thing, especially if a Rise Heart's on field, then you just equip, your Infinitrack or your Fusion monsters. Double Talents. This card came up quite a few times. I think it was 2 or 3 times. I always did the draw 2 and drew exactly what I needed. So Talents was fantastic. And like I said, there is an argument to be made that you could run the third Theosis over the third pot, or take out the Lava Golems and instead put an evenly match. User's choice, user's taste, whatever you want to say. But yeah, I really like it. I think the build is extremely optimized. I don't think besides the third Theosis for Prosperity I would change anything. For the extra deck, I'm running the 6 Prosp targets, so 1 Entis, 1 Garura Wings of Resonant Life, then the Flare Metal, Donner, Infinitrack, and Lingaribo. Those are the 6 targets here for Pot of Prosperity. You always want to technically activate it under a Rise Heart, so it gets the mandatory attach and not later, so where you might not get the mandatory attach, because you always want to basically equip Goliath like right away. But since people all day were using Lava Golem and Gamasiel, I'd probably instead just start putting Entis or Garura under it instead, because the Infinitrack Goliath thing is really nice, so it can't be destroyed by card effects, especially going up against like Dark World, where like you have Bigfoot or Grapha. If given a Rise Heart's negated, except for Bigfoot because that can activate anyway to pop your card to pop a Rise Heart. So I don't know. It's kind of I'm still kind of in between about equipping Goliath just to make sure it can't be destroyed by like runic destruction or I think that's the one, or that might be the spell traps. But whatever one of the runic cards can pop this stuff, and equipping Entis or Garura just because kaijus are extremely big right now, and I always go for the pseudo 3 zone lock where basically on next turn you 5 zone lock them. So I'm kind of in between those three, honestly, about which I'd rather equip at this point. But I think I'm probably going to start equipping Garura just to get the extra draw, to be honest. Just see how it goes. Otherwise, for our actual ones that we use, Dark Arm, Dragon Annihilation, good card. Nothing really to say. Just it triggers a Rise Heart, clears a field. Triple a Rise Heart. I run 3 for the mirror match, so 1 for Unicorn, 1 off the Diablosis, and 1 for yourself. Because that's typically what they'll do. Because if you bin these out, you pretty much win the mirror match. 2 Shangri-La, good card. Nothing much to say about it. 2 Big Eye, just I want 1 at least. If they banish the other one, it is what it is, but I'd like to keep 1. 1 Diablosis, it's only useful in non-mirror matches. If you do the mirror match, they'll probably just hit this right away. And even then, it's not that great because if you use it while they have a Rise Heart, then they'll just trigger to reattach whatever you banish from the extra deck. So like if they only have like a choice between like this Goliath and some, I don't know, all the other cards were Prosperity'd or something, that like you're just gonna give them resources. So it's not good in the mirror match, so I just left it at 1. And like I said, this is the other pros target. So yeah, these right here from Diablosis back to Dark Armed, these are all basically like what you actually use in the game, and the rest here, here, back are prosperity targets. So yeah, my side deck, it's no point going over it because I kind of just teched it for, excuse me, for locals. But to be honest, the side deck I had is probably the same side deck I would bring to a like regional YCS, WCQ, national event. It was just board breakers, right? I mean, it was half of it was board breakers, half of it was going second, right? So like I think it's pretty clear to everyone, like you do the 2 or 3 IB, Lightning Storm evenly, what else? The Lava Golem if you're not main decking them. Back row hate, I don't know, just general good stuff, kaijus, right? So you can make your side deck whatever you want. There's just no point in me going over it. So that is the deck profile. We're gonna have more videos coming up, but I just wanted to share this. Funny enough, my last match of the day was against Natty, who was playing Notoria, and I won game 1. Game 2 I side decked, I drew full combo. It was Theosis, Unicorn, Fenrir, and then I also had Dark Ruler no more and Dimensional Shifter. So in draw phase, I just dropped the D Shifter and he scooped. So won that one pretty. It was bittersweet, but it was still a fun game overall. My other matches of the day, Labyrinth, which I definitely struggled against. That's still a really, really good deck. I'm not counting that one out. And lesson learned, make sure you run back row hate, which I'm glad I saw my Lightning Storms. I honestly, my memory sucks. So I know I played Notoria, I played the Edison match, played Labyrinth, so that's 3. In the beginning, round 1, I played Sword Soul, which I won against. I don't remember what the last one was though. But yeah, I mean, it was, oh, I played TR Lament, and that was just I 2-0'd him. I just put up a Rise Heart. Game 1, couldn't do anything. Went to game 2. He made a full board, and I opened up Lava Golem, Talents, Planet, Unicorn, and some other going second card, but I don't remember what it was. Then my draw for top, I think, was like Prosperity. So I just had it there. I broke the board, got through it, put up a Rise Heart, and that was it. It was what, it's Charlemagne. It's just a really bad matchup for like going up against Kashtira. So yeah, those are my 5 matches. So like I said, this deck is undefeated currently. I as a player am not, because I played the 1 Edison match. So technically my record is X1, but with the deck it's XO. It's undefeated. So yeah, that's the deck profile. We'll have more videos coming up soon. So thanks for watching, and hopefully you enjoy this. Hopefully, some insight. I know it's kind of a generic deck compared to what we usually do because we mostly play Rogue, but we'll get back to that. So thanks everyone. We'll see.